Hey there, it's Laura with Mom Envy, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can take handwriting and drawings and turn them into SVG files that you can use with a laser machine or a craft machine. Today I'm going to be focusing on gifts that are made with a laser, but you can also, of course, apply this to the craft machines using SVG files. Handwriting and drawing gifts are a really personal item because you can't get them in the store. They're a great thing if you're looking for something to start selling because, again, it's something that not everybody can do, and it's definitely not something that you can find in a popular store. And so they're a really great thing to learn how to do because it can really open a lot of options for you for selling. Now, today I'm going to be using some designs that my boys drew for me on white paper with black pen and black Sharpie. If you already don't have a design, this is what I suggest you use because it will give you the best results. But of course, you can take a file that's from a card, you can take a picture that your kid drew in kindergarten, you can take anything that already exists and also turn it into an SVG file. But if you're going to be doing this for a business where you're going to offer this, I suggest that you tell people to do white paper with a black pen or marker because it just makes turning it into an SVG a lot easier. My boys have written on a piece of paper using a white pen and a white marker. I need to now get that picture somehow onto my computer. And so you've got two options. You can either one, take a photo, make sure that it is nice and clear and bright when you do it, or I prefer to actually just scan it because it is going to give you the best results. Now this is from the first one that I scanned, but I'm going to show you what it looks like when I get the second one done. So the first thing I need to do for my scanner is I'm going to click Overview, which is just going to do a quick shot of what is currently on my scanner bed. Then I'm going to just drag a box, and this is how my scanner works. Yours may be different, but I'm going to drag it around what I want it to scan. I'm going to change my resolution to 300 dpi. I really don't think you need more than that. Actually, sometimes when you do more than that for things like handwriting, it's going to end up picking up all the little bits of dirt, and it's going to not be as clear as using the 300 dpi. Then I'm going to have it set to save. I'm going to save mine in my drawing and writing folder, and I have it named as handwriting, and we're just going to do a JPEG format because for what we're doing, that is the best option. I also do not want any sort of image correction to be done. Now, one other important thing is to make sure that your scanner bed is nice and clean. Make sure it's free of any sort of debris when you go to do this because you just don't want anything ruining your handwriting that is being scanned. So I'm going to go ahead and click scan. It's going to scan the image, and then I'll show you what the result is. Okay, so it's scanned it, and this is what our final result turns out to look like. And I will show you the next steps for how we get this into an SVG that we can actually use with our laser machine. All right, so now you have your drawing done either by hand that you have scanned, taken a photo of, or you have your drawing that you did directly on your iPad in a program like Procreate. But now we need to take that file and we need to make it possible to actually cut it out using a laser machine or using a Cricut or a Silhouette. And to do that, we need to take either the JPEG file or the PNG file and turn it into an SVG. So to do that, there's a couple options. First, I'm going to show you the easy option using Google. I'm going to just type free SVG converter into Google and see what I get. Now, I will tell you, I tried Pick SVG and I did not have the best results with it because it actually converted the handwriting to be slightly different than my child's handwriting. So for me, it's not my top choice. But I'm going to go ahead and use this SVG Trace because I think it did a really good job. And of course, you can try one of these many other free programs online. We're going to do the free converter. I'm going to just click this here, and I'm going to click Handwriting 1. I'll click Open. It has uploaded the file, and now look, you can change the smoothness, you can despeckle, you can simplify, but I'm just going to go exactly as it is so that it's not complicated. I'm going to show you, for me, I didn't have to change anything, and it did a really nice job. So I'm going to click the Convert button. And it is already traced it into an SVG, and I'm going to click this right on my right hand side, this blue button that says export. And now I'll click the blue button that says download SVG, and it has downloaded it onto my computer. And that's it. Let me show you. If I go to File, Open, and I'm going to go find that file that I just traced. I think it should be this one right here. All I have to do is erase this white part because I don't need it. And right here, I have a perfectly traced, I'll make it black. I'm going to make the line around it black. But this is ready to cut. So if I were to click Send on my Silhouette machine, it is going to show you what is going to be cutting. And so no problem, it can cut this entire file perfectly. Now, the other option is to use your xTool Creative Space software, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then, in addition, you can use your Silhouette software too. So if I want to do the xTool software, I'm going to find xTool Creative Space. It's going to open this up. I'm not going to download the newest version for right now. But from here, I'm going to click on the upper left-hand side where it says Image. I'm going to go ahead and pick that same Handwriting 1 image. And I'm going to rotate it because that will just make it a little bit easier for me to work with. And then over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to click Trace Image. And as you can see, this also traced it. And I really actually think it traced really well on the first try. I don't think I even need to change anything. So I'm going to click Save. And now it has taken this. And if I actually go over here to the right side and click Engrave, now you can really see fully what this final design looks like. And I can erase this image. And now this file will cut as it is. And that worked really quickly and also worked really well. I feel like that's very accurate compared to what my child's actual handwriting looks like, compared to a couple of the other free things that I use and the different filters I use. Creative Space on the first try did a really great job of capturing the handwriting. Another option I have is to use Silhouette Studio. A lot of you already have Silhouette Studio, and so I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it within Silhouette Studio. So in here you have two options. The first one is if you're working with a PNG file, so let's say you're working with a file that you used your iPad to write, I'm going to go ahead and open up that PNG file, and believe it or not, this is already going to turn it into an SVG. All I have to do is select it, go over here to my upper left hand side and do a fill in of black, and this will make sure that I actually have turned it into an SVG file that I can save and use in a Cricut machine. I can use it in my xTool software for the laser. So all I need to do is go up to File, Save As, and I can export it to an SVG file. If you are not working with a PNG, but instead a JPEG, what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, Open, pick your file. I'm going to click my Handwriting 1. I'm going to shrink this down because it is far beyond my page, so it's just a little difficult to work with. I'm going to rotate it to make it easier to see. Then over on my right hand side on my toolbar, I'm going to open up what's called the Trace panel. Kind of looks like a butterfly. I'm going to click that. And then from there, I will click the first button that says Select Trace Area. I'm going to select the area that I would like to trace. I want it to be a solid fill. You could also just do it as an outline, but I do want mine to be a solid fill. And you can change all of these settings to make sure that you get every little bit. So for this one, for example, it's not going all the way to the edge. So I'm going to change my threshold just slightly. But I don't want to go too far. So right now I'm at 77. Let me show you if I go too far, let's say to 100, you can see that that doesn't work. is going to get every single tiny little piece of speck of dust on there. So we're going to go back to 77, and it looks like that has gotten all of both of the top one and the one at the bottom that's also written thinner. Then I'm going to click this trace button, and now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this so I can show you that it has traced my file. If I go back up to the left hand side, I'm just going to fill it in with black so that you can see what the final result looks like. And as you can see for here, my child started writing grandma and realized he forgot the R. And that's not a big deal, especially in Silhouette Studio, because all I have to do is right click. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to right click on it. I can click weld, and this is going to take my file. And so actually I can see that there's little specks here. I'm going to get rid of those too. But I can just go ahead and highlight this and delete it and then move the grandma over. I can get rid of this little dot above the D. I can get rid of those little specks, and I think there might be some here. And that's just to clean the file up a little bit more. And that's it. Now your files are ready to be used either in a laser program to create laser GIFs or within your Silhouette or Cricut to create GIFs with vinyl or whatever type of material you would like to use. I'm going to show you though some examples of how I took all of these files and turned them into laser GIFs.